Hi everyone, this is Miss Granger. In this video, I'm going to go over the slides on the Pear Deck for Lesson 4, the Gunpowder Empires. On this first introduction slide, this will tell you how to actually complete all of the activities. It says for each slide, follow the directions for what to annotate or mark up on the Pear Deck and answer any questions on your note paper as directed. So if I look at the little key down here, when I see a pause button, this will mean that I will stop reading or not continue until I do whatever these things say. If I see the little pear, that stands for Pear Deck, I will do whatever it says in the text box here on the Pear Deck. If I see the note paper icon right here, I will do whatever it says in this box. Some slides have Pear Deck only, some slides have paper only, and some slides have both. So let's go ahead and get started. This first section says the development of gunpowder. You'll see all of these slides in kind of a light yellow background. Now I want to first read the prompts down here at the bottom so that I know what I'm looking for when I read the text. So I'll see that I will need to pause and I'll need to do something on the Pear Deck and something on my paper. I see that on the Pear Deck I'm highlighting the Chinese name for gunpowder, and on my paper I'm answering question number 1. So here's my paper, and I see that I have the objective and part 1, learn and take notes. Now I'm going to look for the heading that says development of gunpowder. I see it's here at the top, so I know I'm in the right section, and I see question number 1. So question number 1 here says, how was gunpowder initially discovered? Now let's say that I don't know what this word means, initially. What can I do? I can look it up. I'll literally just search initially definition. When I see the definition here, I see that it's an adverb, or it's a word that describes a verb, and I see that it means at first. And I can kind of think of at first as like in the beginning, or they suggest down here to begin with. So I'm looking for beginning. So I'm going to read the text on the slide now and say, look for the Chinese name for gunpowder and how gunpowder was initially discovered. Pause this video now, read the text here, and then complete these two activities. The next slide, slide number 3, I see that I will need to pause and I will need to do a Pear Deck. The Pear Deck says draw an example of one of the uses of gunpowder in this space. So I know that I'm going to have to draw a picture here and I need to pay attention to a use of gunpowder. So pause the video, read this text, and draw your picture now. Slide 4, I'm still looking at the development of gunpowder. I see a pause button, I see the Pear Deck, and I see paper. So on the Pear Deck, I'm going to answer the question in the Pear Deck. It's going to ask what years are considered the 10th century. So if I need more information on that, I can again look it up. And I know that here I'm going to look for question number 2 in my notes. Again, I'm looking here under the development of gunpowder, question number 2. So I want to read this question and then read the text. Pause this video and do that now. Slide number 5 still talks about the development of gunpowder. I see that there's a Pear Deck, so I'm going to look to see what I'm going to do. Highlight all of the weapons that came out of the development of gunpowder. So as I read this text, I'm going to highlight as I go and see what kind of weapons were developed from gunpowder. Pause this video and do that now. Slide number 6, I see that I am going to pause, but there's no Pear Deck item this time. I'm just answering question number 3 on my paper. So again, you'll switch to your notes. You'll find question number 3, read the question first, then come back to your Pear Deck, read the text here, and answer question number 3. Pause this video, read, and do that now. This next slide, we're still looking at development of gunpowder. I don't see a pause button, but I do see an interesting map and I want to learn more. So go ahead and pause the video, read the text, and understand the geography of this empire. We've come to our first checkpoint. It says stop. Did you fill out this chart on your paper? This is all the questions for the development of gunpowder. So did you answer these 3 questions? You'll answer here on the Pear Deck. And if you need help, you're going to check with your teacher. Pause and make sure you've completed all of these now. So this lesson discusses 3 different empires, and we're going to start with the Ottoman Empire. This is going to be the first introduction slide here. Again, I'm going to look to see the pause button, and I'm going to look to see if I'm doing the Pear Deck and or the notes. In this case, it looks like I'm going to do both. So again, I want to look at the questions first. So looking at Pear Deck, on Pear Deck it says, highlight the reason that the walls of Constantinople collapsed. Constantinople, remember, is that city in kind of Central Asia. We've discussed this before with the Byzantine Empire. So actually Byzantium turns into Constantinople. So we're looking for Pear Deck, on Pear Deck, and highlighting the reason that these walls collapsed. Now on my paper, I'm looking at militarily, how did the Ottoman Empire thrive? Again, if I don't know what that means, I can look it up. You're going to write however the empire thrived militarily on your military row in your paper. So on the paper, we're now out of the development of gunpowder section and we're into the Ottoman Empire section. Directions say for each factor in the matrix, this is the matrix, this little chart right here, include at least one piece of evidence that shows how that factor helped the dynasty or empire rise and thrive. So from context clues, I can guess that the word thrive means do well. So how did they do well in all 5 of these areas? Now the first one that I just looked at from my Pear Deck said militarily. So I'm looking at for something that has to do with the military, fighting, defending, taking over other lands, armies, navies, anything to do with that. So now that I know what I'm looking for, I'm going to pause this video, read, and complete these 2 activities. Pause and do that now. Slide 10 is more information about the Ottoman Empire. Now again, before I read the text, I'm going to look to see what I'm answering. Looks like I'm just doing something on the Pear Deck, and I'm answering this question. Who were the Ottomans? I'm going to look at the choices so I can kind of know what I'm looking for. I see a Muslim tribal group, a Christian sect, a group of nomads. Okay, I kind of know what I might be looking for, so now I'm going to pause and read the text. Pause, read the text, and answer that question now. Here's a map of the area where the Ottoman Empire is. You'll kind of see it's like blown up from this globe image. So we're looking at the Arabian Peninsula area over here. And then we've kind of zoomed in on the particular area. And my Pear Deck says, on the map to the right, draw and label Istanbul, Mecca, and Medina. So there's a couple ways I can find this information. Number 1, I can go back to lesson 3 and look at my map. Another way I can do it is look it up online and look up where those cities actually are. So to then label this, I'm going to select my pencil tool. I'm going to click like a dot. I'm then going to select the text box tool and I'm going to label Mecca. So I can drag that to where I need to put it on the map. Pause this video, read the text, and label your map now. Slide 12 just shows you what the Ottoman Empire looked like during this time period, how far it extended and on which continents. Here's a short amount of information about the Ottoman Empire. Again, I see the Pear Deck and a question. This question asks, describe how this process was different than how power was passed in ancient Ghana. We studied ancient Ghana in our last unit. So I can go back to my notes, or I can go back to the anchor text from unit 2. I can look up how that power was passed from ancient Ghana, and then I will describe the differences here after I read the text. Pause and do that now. Hopefully you're getting the idea and how to do this particular lesson. Again, I'm going to pause. I see that I need the Pear Deck, and I see that I need my notes. You're going to read the questions and make sure you know what you're looking for in the text. So we're highlighting the similarities, the things that are the same between the Ottomans and the Chinese. Also on my paper, I will fill in my political row. So I'm looking for something to do with politics. The politics row is down here. So it did kind of skip cultural for now, and that's okay. We'll come back to cultural. We just don't have that information yet. This kind of skips around as you go through the slideshow. So political means anything to do with the government, the people who are in charge, the people who are making decisions for the entire empire in this case. So pause, read this text, and complete these 2 activities. I see a pause button here on slide 15, and I see the paper icon with a question. So I'm going to use the information on this particular slide and I will fill out my chart for cultural, economic, and social. So cultural has to do with different parts of culture. There's lots of different parts of culture. Parts of culture can be language, food, traditions, holidays, anything about what the group of people is like. Economic has to do with money. And social has to do with different groups of people. How are people arranged in a society, and what kind of social classes might there be? Pause now, read the text, and fill in these rows on your paper. Here is another checkpoint. You're going to stop and make sure you filled out this chart on your paper. It prompted you in the slide to fill in all of these rows, and so we're making sure that you are doing that. So make sure you filled these out, then answer the question here, then move on. The next empire you're going to look at is the Safavid Empire. My Pear Deck question down here says, draw an arrow from the center of the Ottoman Empire here to show where the Safavid Empire was in relation to it. So I need to read the text to understand how to answer this question. So where was the Safavid Empire in relation to the Ottoman Empire, which is outlined on this map? Pause the video and do that now. Here is an image of the Safavid Empire on a map around the year 1630. The Safavid Empire has a little more information here. Again, we're going to, on Pear Deck, highlight the name of the Shah, or the leader, from this slide. And on your chart, use this slide to fill out your chart for cultural. Pause and do that now. I see here that I'm going to be answering a question on Pear Deck, and I see the responses over here. The question is, how did the Safavid Empire become a gunpowder empire? So I'm going to read the answer choices, read the text, and then answer. Pause and do that now. Slide 21, we're learning about one of the younger leaders of the Safavid Empire. We're going to do kind of a similar thing, highlight the name of the Shah or the leader, and use the information here to fill out your chart for economic and cultural. Pause and do that now. On slide 21, we're doing the same thing, highlighting the name of the Shah, and we're filling out our chart for military and political. Read the slide, pause, and do that now. On slide 23, I see that I'm only working on the note paper, and I'm looking for information about the social structure of the Safavid Empire. So read this slide, fill in your social row now. Again, it's going to stop, kind of a checkpoint. Did you fill in all of these rows? If not, go back into the slides and complete that. Answer the question here and move on when you're ready. Now, I see that I've moved on to Mughal India, and I see the same kind of setup here. I also see that I'm on slide 25 out of 32, so I don't have too many left. So for the rest of these slides, you are going to continue. I'm going to pause this video or stop this video and let you continue on your own. Same thing. You'll follow the pause button, look at the Pear Deck or paper symbol, and do what it says here. As always, be sure to check with your teacher. Once you have finished the slides, you're going to go to the mastery check. And in the mastery check, you are creating a meme. It says, demonstrate your understanding of applying existing knowledge to generate new ideas by creating at least one meme of the piece of information above. And above means like from any of these charts that you learned about here. We're going to look to see that you have text that summarizes and describes one of the topics from your paper here, and that it makes sense with the original concept for that meme, whatever it is. You will be graded on the following items here, and all of the directions can be found in the mastery check in Google Classroom. If you have questions, be sure to check with your teacher. Good luck, and let us know if you need any help.